Hi, I'm Andrew from Ambs Call Center. If you've been thinking about building an AI answering service to handle your business's calls, you've probably seen a few ways to do it. If you're not quite ready for a 40-minute technical tutorial and instead just want to quickly learn if an AI answering service makes sense for your business, this video is exactly for you. At Ambs, we've spent well over a year training our AI answering service agents, so we've seen firsthand what works and what doesn't. I'll clear things up in just 5 minutes, and I'll explain exactly how you realistically build your own AI voice assistant. So step 1 is to understand your options. If you want to use AI to answer your phones, you have 2 clear paths. The first is buying it ready-made. There are dozens of companies that sell pre-built AI voice agents. You just need to pick one and train it for your specific business. It's straightforward, but it may not allow for extensive customization. Number 2 is to build your own. Here, you'll create your own AI assistant by assembling open source frameworks. It's flexible, highly customizable, but there's a whole lot more involved. You'll need some technical know-how or someone to help you. This video is not going to walk you through exactly how to build it right now. Again, it's extremely technical. The simpler choice is obviously buying ready-made, but if your business needs something highly customized, building it yourself might be worth exploring, so let's take a look at that. Step 2, building it from scratch the smart way. If you go the DIY route, the absolute best piece of advice I can give you is to rely on open source tools. Open source just means that smart people have already built and shared the core pieces that you need for free. Your AI answering service has 3 core pieces, called an AI stack. What makes up this AI stack? Well, let's look at it. Number 1, speech to text. This will turn your caller's voice into text. Number 2, AI logic. This will understand your caller's questions and decide responses. Number 3, text to speech. This will turn the AI's responses back into natural sounding speech. Now, if that makes sense to you, you might wonder what exactly kind of software would you need for this? Open source tools like Whisper for speech to text and Bark for text to speech, and free AI models to figure out logic like Vicuna or Mistral mean you don't have to build from zero. You're basically assembling free building blocks. The next step is to quickly build a prototype. A simple version, just to test your idea. The first thing you'll need to figure out is your phone infrastructure. Now, when I say phone infrastructure, what exactly do I mean by that? Well, think about how you get phone numbers, route calls, or transfer callers. There are services like Twilio or Plivo that handle all of that technical stuff seamlessly. It's easy to use, inexpensive, and reliable. But what about pricing? Well, realistically, Twilio charges fractions of a cent per minute for a call. So starting costs could be under $20 a month, depending on your call volume. Add in a cloud host to run your AI, which often runs you about $30 to $100 a month, and you've got a pretty affordable starting budget. So to recap, here's your basic MVP, or minimum viable product. The first is a software to handle your inbound and outbound calls, like Twilio or Plivo. Next is a software to quickly turn calls into text, like Whisper. Next are AI models that can understand callers and reply effectively, like Vicuna or Mistral. And lastly is a software that can give your AI voice a natural sound, like Bark. So once you get this started, you're pretty much almost there. My biggest piece of advice is to not try and make it perfect right off the bat. It's going to take time to be good, but it will be worth it. Now, step 4, understanding your costs and timelines. So building your own AI assistant is exciting, but let's get real about cost and time for a second. So we roughly covered the cost for infrastructure, but let's just recap for a second here. Now, the cost for the initial setup is between $50 to $150 or so, but scaling it can become pretty expensive fast. You might even be looking at hundreds or thousands a month. Of course, this is all dependent on your call volume. Next is how long it will take to train your AI bot. You'll spend significant time up front preparing scripts and customizing your AI responses to suit your business. Think between 20 to 50 hours just to get things off the bat and running. Of course, that doesn't include the bulk of the time, your ongoing effort. See, AI needs ongoing management. You should expect to spend at least a couple hours a week reviewing calls, improving scripts, and making adjustments to ensure accuracy. In short, expect at least a few months of effort before your AI assistant feels polished and professional enough for your callers. Now, step 5, and this is the biggest one. Do you want to become an AI call engineer? Or do you just want your phones answered professionally right now? So if you said engineer, awesome. We've attached some fantastic resources to dive deeper into building your AI assistant down in the description below. But if you're the second one, someone who values their time and just wants it solved, there's some good news. You don't even need to work with an out-of-the-box provider and spend dozens of hours training your AI bot. Ambs Call Center's AI-assisted answering service has already spent over a year training real-world AI answering service agents for businesses like yours. It's ready now, reliable, fully tested, and most importantly, it just works. If that sounds like what you're actually looking for, we'd love to help. We can get started quickly without months of hassle, and your callers get a great experience right away. Oh, and of course, you still reap the cost savings of working with an AI answering service as opposed to a standard answering service. You can reach out to us by clicking the link in the description below. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope that clears things up. We'll see you in the next video.